back into Renn's Room. This is where we grow through it, not just go through it. So, right now, we're going to talk about something that nobody really prepares you for. Nobody tells you that your first healthy relationship can actually feel hard. Not toxic hard, not even chaotic hard. Not we're breaking up every week hard. Just growth hard. So, my wife and I, we are each other's first healthy relationship, right? And sometimes I'm like, why does it feel more uncomfortable than the toxic stuff that I thought I healed from? And I think it's because when you're not fighting for survival in a relationship anymore, you start fighting your own patterns. When you've been in unhealthy dynamics before, then there's always something to blame. It's the other person's inconsistency, it's the cheating, it's the chaos, it's the disrespect. But when you're in something healthy, there's no villain. There's just two people who actually care trying to figure it out. And that's when it gets real, right? I think one of the hardest parts is when both of you genuinely wanted to work. Nobody's trying to leave, nobody's trying to win, nobody's trying to hurt the other person, and yet you still misunderstand each other. And it's confusing because you're like, wait, hold on. We love each other. Why is this still hard? We we just had a talk about I talk shit, I make jokes. And some of my jokes to her, um, she says are toxic jokes. Um, and I try to explain to her that there's really no underlining insecurities behind it. It's just really me just talking shit because I talk shit. But I also understand to her, and based off her experiences in life and relationships, that it can come off as toxic. So we're having this discussion, and it's kind of hard to understand each other when we come from two different backgrounds and have two different understandings based on our experience in life. So you could say something like, there was a moment recently where, you know, we're both trying, right? And we still it's end up frustrating and end up seeming like it's an argument when in reality we're just really trying to understand each other's point of view. Um, it's neither of us were wrong, right? We're just different. We have different perspectives. We have different ways of thinking. We have different feelings. We have same morals, and I think that's where people get things confused. Is because you think, okay, we're aligned on a moral level, but our views on certain things are different. So that's the part that nobody explains, right? You can share the same values, you can share the same goals, you can share the same love, but you are still wired completely different in a lot of cases. One person might wants to talk about it immediately, the other person's need to sit with it. One feels everything out loud, the other processes internally. And when those differences meet during conflict, it can feel like rejection. But it's not rejection, it's wiring. You ever notice like how you both can be right and still feel misunderstood? Like you're arguing and halfway through you realize, wait, we saying the same damn thing basically. Why are we fighting? Right? It's because you're not fighting the issue. You're fighting what it represents. And I've learned that in healthy relationships, the conflict isn't about dishes. It's not about tone. It's not about text response time. It's about what that moment reminds you of. And when you're safe enough in a relationship, those old wounds start showing up. That's why it's healthier. That's why healthy can feel like it's hard sometimes because you can't run, you can't blame chaos, and you have to look inward. In unhealthy relationships, leaving feels powerful. In healthy ones, staying feels brave, right? And I'm not talking about staying in something harmful. I'm talking about staying present, staying accountable, staying open when your instinct says shut down. So, what do you do when you're both trying and it's still hard? Here's what I'm learning. Do not argue to win. Argue to understand. Because yes, you guys view on a lot of things will be different. You are two different people that have lived life separately, and you have your own experience and your own lessons that you have learned. So don't argue to win or get your point across. Argue to understand why that person feels that way. Argue to understand why that person thinks that way, and then come together and try to understand each other's point of view. Ask, what did you hear me say? If you say something to your partner, and this is the conversation that this relates to the conversation that me and my wife has had. I say something and she takes it this way, right? And so my problem um is it's not as deep as she thinks that it is, but that's just to me, because what I know about my wife is that she's a deep thinker and she feels deeply, so I have to take that in consideration, and that makes the argument goes a little bit smoother when you take each other's feelings and thought processes into consideration, because you may process things differently, and that is okay. Clarify meaning instead of assuming intent. This goes back. I say something, and instead of her asking me, what does that mean? She just immediately felt it was this. And this is what I was explaining to her. You have to ask me what it meant, and I will tell you, because I ask. If I don't understand something, if I don't know what something means that she says, I'ma ask, what does that mean? What the fuck is that? Like, what the fuck does that? What are you talking about? I'ma ask, and so I just expect the same thing. But again, everybody's thought process is not the same, so you can't expect people to think that way. Take space without threatening a relationship. If you have to go sit in the car by yourself, go do that. So that you can sort out your feelings, so that you can process your feelings. There's nothing wrong with that. A lot of people think taking space means you about to go out and do some crazy shit. You about to go out and cheat. You about to be texting other people, talking to other people. And that's not the case. Sometimes your person, and this is for a lot of people out there, y'all have to understand, a person walking away from an argument does not mean that they're giving up. It does not mean that they're going to go find something somewhere else. It means that they need time to themselves to process what is going on and what is being said, instead of exploding and letting their feelings and their emotions run over and saying something or doing something that they may regret. And that is what a healthy relationship is, whether you are used to it or not. You have to understand, people process feelings and emotions and thoughts differently. So if you're in a healthy relationship, you're going to respect that about your partner. Always remember, you guys are on the same team. If you love each other, if you respect each other, if you communicate, and if you listen and hear what your partner is saying, everything will work out fine. Because the thing is, we're not going to understand our person's point of view all the time. We're just not. We not. That's not how that goes. It's not about being perfect. It's about understanding and willing to understand. And if you can't understand, at least you're trying, and that matters. That's what I want y'all to understand. Trying to understand your person matters more than just saying fuck it. It's not a me versus you. It's a us versus the misunderstanding, right? And that shift changes everything. If you're in your first healthy relationship and it feels uncomfortable sometimes, that doesn't mean it's wrong. It might just mean you've never been safe enough to grow before. You know what I'm saying? Healthy doesn't mean easy. It means safe enough to grow. Because at the end of the day, y'all, we are not perfect. We are practicing, we're healing, we're learning, and we choosing love on purpose. So I know this is a short episode, but I just feel like I needed to get that out, because I know I'm not the only one that's newly in a healthy relationship, and somebody can relate to this. So if you can relate to this, I need you to go ahead and like, comment, share, and let me know what's y'all thoughts on this. Let me know if you're in a healthy relationship and you're having these same issues. Let me know if you having issues understanding your partner, because it's not hard to understand somebody you love. That's it. It's not hard to understand and respect your person's thought process or how they process their feelings. It's not hard for you to understand someone that you love and the way that they handle things. It's all about respect. It's all about communication. It's all about being open, and it's all about being safe in your relationship. And that's healthy. No relationship is perfect, and I need every one of y'all to understand that there's no such thing as a perfect relationship. Just like there's no such thing as a perfect individual. So until next time, man, I'm gonna come back with y'all with some more advice, some more stories, some more guidance, and some more, real life shit. And I hope that y'all tune in for it, man. Again, thank you for tuning in to Ren's Room. Next time, I want y'all to tune in and let me know what's going on. Appreciate y'all.